warrior. AI data centers, we are not talking enough about this. So I'm going to start talking to you directly about what we have to be on the lookout for. First of all, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. When I look at our analytics and I see that about 80% of you watch these videos, but you don't subscribe to the Lynn's Warriors channel, why not? It's free. Help us out. I want to get on that highway. I always tell you that, of the super highway on YouTube of information, because for us at the Warriors, it's all about providing you with information you may not hear anywhere else. Right now, we're hearing a lot about AI, artificial intelligence, but what we're not hearing is about these data centers. Currently, there are a little more than 4,200 data centers across the United States, which require air, electricity, water. Now, where is all that coming from? It's coming from the environment. It's coming from us, taking away from us. And who's paying for all of this? Did you hear what I said? 4,200 plus, with hundreds more in the works. These data centers are churning and churning the AI around the clock, sucking up things from our environment. You know, when everybody is so, well, it seems this way, and we all should be. I mean, I actually remember, I think it was 1970, the first Earth Day. Okay, dating myself, but I remember. And that was about, picking up garbage and keeping it clean and things like that. Fast forward, so much concern in the last decade or so about the environment and the water and the air, but nobody's really talking about what all of this AI, these data centers are doing to our environment. It is criminal. And you know who's paying for all of this? You and me. All Americans are paying for this. We didn't ask for this. This has been thrust upon us. This has been in the works a long time. I mean, 4,200 plus data centers just don't pop up, and they're taking over every kind of community. People have reported and have shown videos, they've put them online in the distance. I'm thinking about one in particular where this man said, this is 3 miles away, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and it looked like daytime. The sky was lit up. So who's responsible for all this? We need common sense legislation to control this. It seems like this just snuck up on us. People must have known about this. Sorry about that. But they chose to take the usual big tech road, which is look the other way and, I guess, pocket some money. That's all I have to say about that. But we have to think about our children and our grandchildren. I am very adamant about this, so please join me. Let's talk about more. I'll put an actual map. Remember Erin Brockovich? Ring a bell? Do some homework. We at the Warriors like to give a little homework. She has a new website, and it is exactly about all of this AI, these data centers, and she put out a map, and that's what got my attention this morning. And she put red dots where all of these data centers are appearing, and lo and behold, such a cluster of them on the East Coast, West Coast, throughout the country, mostly though, like East Coast, Southeast, but building. They will build into those areas in Utah and Montana and all that. But 4,200 plus with hundreds more. And the website, I'll put it in the body of this video so you can read about it. This is completely disturbing. It's the same thing with those windmills. I've spoken to a couple of different experts in the last couple of years, where these windmills, out in the middle of the Atlantic, off the Jersey Shore, killing the fish, polluting everything. What is everybody thinking? So while everybody with the environment, which I'm not hearing too much about these days, they're not talking about this. They're not pushing back on the AI. Why are we allowing? We must. I understand it's here. It's been unleashed. What do we do about it? Well, a couple of things. We talk about it. Number one, we raise awareness, because I didn't even know. And I work on AI things every single day, pushing back about educating about it. Now, we at the Warriors are pro-innovation, pro-technology, but we want that technology to work for us. We don't want to work for the technology. Right now, a reminder again, all of these data centers with the water, with the air, with the electricity, is pulling from the grids, which supply it to Americans, which in turn, you wonder why, like in New Jersey last year, they posted, people were telling us they got one bill for 1 month, the next month it was 3 times higher. And that's happening around the country. We're paying for all of this. Nobody asked us or took a survey. They just unleashed this on us. So awareness, know what's going on. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your family members about this. Get involved, House.gov, Senate.gov. Ask your elected representatives, what are you doing about these AI data centers? that we're paying for. I can't say it enough. Money's tight enough in America for people. People are concerned right now, June 2026, about their kids, about their grandkids, paying mortgages, paying rent, paying for cars, gas, food. My goodness, I go into a CVS for three things. I come out 8 items later and over $100. It is unbelievable what's going on out there. And on top of it, we are paying for something we never asked for. So we need to have a little pushback. And that's why our hashtag of community creates change. We truly mean in this day and age, it's not like when I grew up, maybe you grew up, where we could depend on or thought we could, our government or our elders and all that. We each in America have to become an active participant. We have to become a warrior. That's the basis of our warriors. I want you to be a warrior in your own home and community. So I might be talking about artificial intelligence. I may be talking about what it's doing and costing us, raising awareness. But remember, that's all trickling down into our children's lives. Can you imagine 10 years from now what it'll be like for all these little newborn babies that I'm seeing a lot of around New York City? I don't know about these studies I'm seeing, people aren't having children because all of a sudden this spring and beginning of summer, I am seeing them all over New York, right? So I don't know what that's all about, but I'm seeing a lot of babies no matter where I go. California, Florida, New Jersey. That's another story. But what will their lives be like? What are we leaving for them if we don't fight for them now, right? Think about their children, what it'll be like. So we've got to at least do everything in our power. Please follow lynswarriors.org. Look for our headlines every day we put out. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. I've named everything Lynn's Warriors because I want you to be a warrior with me in your own home and community. Talk to your kids open and honestly. One tip I want to give you is you've got to get into those schools. I know we're ending the school year right now. A lot of kids have just started summer break. They will be in the next 2 weeks. New York is where I live, New York City. They go right to the end of June. But I also know my friend in Michigan the other day was saying his kids finished last Friday, so they're done. Look, go into your schools. Respectfully ask, what are you teaching with AI when the fall comes? Okay, be prepared. You have the summer to do it. Get some neighbors together, some other moms and dads in the schools. What are you teaching? What is the plan for AI? You also have the right to not be part of. I want to make sure everybody understands this. There's been a tremendous movement also behind the scenes. So get into the schools, right? Because you got to know what's going on there. Don't just be signing off those checklists at the beginning of the year that my child can use this, because that's what most parents tell me they do. And they're not researching or studying. But with that being said, I want you to understand you do not have to use a device in the classrooms. You can opt out. Now, schools may tell you or teachers may tell you this is not possible. We all use a Chromebook. We all use, I don't know, an iPad. You have the right to opt out, okay? You also have the right to ask for those assignments to be printed out, given to you. And that is something called pencil to paper that's taking off, started by a lot of parents across the country, that we will take the textbook. We are not using the Chromebook. We're going to be old-fashioned again. We're old-fashioned. It was just a few years ago we were using textbooks and papers. We're going to get back. We want that package of assignments once a week. We'll handle that with our kids. Kids are starting to think it's kind of cool to get back to that, and that's the momentum we want to build upon. Get them off the devices as much as possible. Granted, we live in a digital world, nothing's going away, but less hours on devices, more time for creativity, analyzing, critical thinking, getting out with nature, being with your family, being with your friends, not this isolation of the device all the time. Think about these things. We've got the summer right now. We can use the time to get our family digital partnership in shape. We can talk to the kids. They're smart. Kids are smart, okay? They've seen so much because little kids, and again, there's parental autonomy, so I can't tell you when to give your child a device. I can recommend. They're dangerous. We have whistleblowers that have come forward that work at these big tech companies who filled us in what's going on, what they think about the public, and how they think of them as eyeballs and just money makers. But we can suggest to you, think about what we talk about on the Warriors. Think about the resources we give out every day. Think about delay is the way. Why would a child even need a phone before 8th grade or so? They wouldn't. Talk to your kids. When they understand predators are there, if they're going to be on a device, know who their friends are. You've got to take part. You probably bought the devices, you pay for the internet and the router. You've got to stand up and be part of the protection of the children. And that being said, we also need at this critical point, because big tech has no regulation, we do need some common sense regulation. We do need things like the GUARD Act and the Kids Online Safety Act, Senate version 1748, that simply says you have a duty of care, big tech, to do everything in your power. I'm kind of breaking it down easily, and you've heard me talk about this forever, right? Kids Online Safety Act. Senate version, though, not the House version that's floating around now, because they removed those three little words that mean a lot, which is duty of care, that it's on big tech to reasonably, when they put out a product, that it protects a child. Okay, that's not too much to ask, right? Big tech's playbook has always been blame the parent. The parents aren't doing enough. We can all agree, let's everybody take a breath. Parents do need to step up. Parents do need to be part of all of this. But at the same time, why is there no pushback against big tech unleashing, just like the AI data centers on us, making us pay for it? But you know what? With online, our kids are paying the price. This is a reminder in Washington, D.C., if you're in the area or want to travel, we are having Social Media Remembrance Day. This is a day it's on the Senate Hill, 4 p.m. There will be a memorial. There'll be a press conference. We also are having a hearing that day, Senator Grassley, with some big tech people like Mark Zuckerberg, I believe, will be there again. But how many times do we have to pull these people out, put them in front of Congress to answer questions? We know the harms. So let's get together as a community. Let's all make a pact to be a warrior. And let's make a pact also that we're going to talk to our kids. It's in our hands. Let's take it. Let's grasp it. If we do things just in our own home and communities, that's all you need to do. Except always follow lynswarriors.org. And I'll leave you with this. When you wake up each and every day, and I'll put that Erin Brockovich website for you in the body of the video, and a couple of other things about the AI data centers. Very scary, though. I didn't even realize 4,200 were already existing, with hundreds more in development, eating up our land and our air and our water. And we're paying for it. Where else? This is crazy stuff. Let's take a breath. When you wake up each and every day, go out and be a warrior.